That's right, bitches and bitchettes. We are back again for your midweek madness right here. Live from the bunker. Myself, MysDiggi. My co-host, Dan DNA. We're about to get into some shit you might not never know nothing about. Say it with me now. Shit you might not never know nothing about. Hey! What's going on, D? How are you, man?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Ready for the rest of the week? Flew by for me, man.
It flew by.
Like this midweek, all of a sudden it's just like, right, we're here already.
Yeah, true.
It's crazy,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. But
Time
it's
is
getting
just-
dark now, ain't it?
It's
starting to
It's getting dark,
head
getting
towards
colder.
the darkness. Winter
We're in
is coming.
Scorpio, so the darkness is here now, you know what I mean? We're falling,
Yeah.
some of us.
I'm noticing it. I get up at, I was getting up at like 7 o'clock 2 weeks ago and it was dark. Now I'm getting up at 6:30 and it's dark still. You know, it's just, I'm just getting up when it's dark.
It's not fair, innit?
Come home,
When
it starts
it's
getting dark.
Boy, that's what I wonder, like, how do the people that live in, you know, those parts of the world where like half the year is dark and it's like, how do you get on with life? How does it work? They just take vitamin D supplements or something.
I don't know.
Probably.
Eat loads of, eat loads of like roll mop herrings. They eat loads of fish, don't they? Is that their little secret?
Is it?
Yeah, I think in Scandinavian countries they eat a lot of preserved fish.
That makes sense though.
All winter.
The Vikings and that, they're out there. That's it, fish. They're just eating fish.
Cod, yeah.
Like when they're going out there, you know, like their level of out there is like, right, I'm going to another country to take over this shit.
Yeah.
This shit's mine. Like even if I just get a bit of land here, this is my plot. This is me, my family,
Iceland.
my clan. Yeah.
I went to Iceland. They settled a piece of land. Yeah. They just said, pack the cod. We're off.
Do you reckon they like? I mean, what did they do? Did they just barbecue the cod? Like
No, apparently, until they found. So the reason they used to rape and pillage all the time is because they didn't have anything to trade. Yeah. But once they found cod in the North Sea, they started salting the cod, and then they could preserve the cod, and then they started trading cod, and that's that's what happened. That's the end of the Vikings for
They started trading cod.
Yeah, pussied out with the old salted cod.
Fish says it's like, no, I've got some fish here for you. What, you don't want to rob us? Or
you don't want to rape me?
No.
No, I want to sell you fish.
I mean, I'll swap you for some fish. Look, I got 2 kilos of cod out there, a couple bags of salt, man. What you say just for tonight? Right, Vikings are on it like that. That's crazy, man. And so that's kind of mad anyway.
Yeah.
But I was thinking a lot about all of that stuff, like how it really worked in terms of how did they really have you watched Vikings, like the series?
No.
And the way they show it is like, they just turn up on the bank or on the beach and then just start trying to take over whoever's there. But did it really work out like that, or is it more a case of like it was over years, it could easily be like 10, 20 years or whatever, and slowly they just started like kind of blending
being
in
there.
and
just like being there. Who's that?
All tall as
Vikings.
Shit. Don't chat to the Vikings, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And were they the only ones as well? Were they the only ones who did that? Obviously people were after, but even before, if they found it, do you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting, man. Yo, let's get to the chat room. Let's big up all these mother lovers that are here already. You know we appreciate the common sense. Shout to Don Smithered. Shout to Kenny Rebel. He gave you jokes earlier. Shout to your ma. Oh, Uncle B's back. Shout to Barry Owen. Top of the evening to you too, sir. Black Einstein. Jeez. Shout to Tubalicious. What's going on? Turbo Tubalicious in the building. Yeah, that's what we like to see. Big bro, Omandi Juma. Yes. Yeah, man. It's very true what he's saying there. Hit the likes and support if you can. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And please share the link as well. Shout out to DJ Pork Scratchings up in here. Hey, Blue Fliggy, a.k.a. Blue Bruce Willis. And yo, someone's back, D. Someone's back, man. PLK is back in the building. Jeez. The fam is here.
Yeah.
And shout to all the silent watchers as well.
Yeah,
Silent listeners,
yeah.
man.
We know some of you don't like chatting and all that sort of thing. That's good as well. You know, you just sit there, put it on in the background while you cobble your shoes or do your ironing or whatever it is you're doing. Probably good stuff. I can't see people putting this on while they do crime. I think people are probably putting it on while they do something worthwhile.
Not. Cutting their toenails and shit. Just filing them down. You know what I mean? Toenails are weird. They're awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like when you're like, oh, fuck, I got to cut my toenails, man.
I have like dog toenail clippers for my toenails.
Dog toenail clippers?
Wait, big, just like...
You got the carpenter toes, though. Probably. You just drop bare shit over it. You can't tell the difference between, like, callus.
Yeah. I get calluses on my toenails.
Calluses and toenail. You don't know which one's which. They're
trimming away my toenails and calluses.
Oh, shit, there's toenail there as well. Them carpenter feet, boy. Like Frodo Baggins, man. They man, like you lot just got like a hardback toes, man. Like anything dropping that shit. And roadies as well. They got hardback hands and toes. Like that shit's that's been through wars. When it comes to like shit landing on
everything's
toes.
Been bashed on. Yeah,
look at my shit.
What toenails for? Imagine not having toenails. Oh.
Jesus,
no times I'd have hurt myself.
Yeah, you lot go in, boy. Like, that's man. But yeah, speaking of which, man, I had a wicked little weekend. I went to the event on Friday that we got to shout out. Big up to Theo, man, and all the Hoochie crew for putting it together.
Yeah.
Man, I got to say, man, it was a good experience. You know, like, obviously, like we talked about people not getting to go out a lot over the last few. And to go out to something like this, it felt different and it felt new. It actually felt quite new in a weird way. Even though it's like, it's a UK hip-hop event with Hoochie. They've done many. They've done plenty. But the energy and the vibe just felt different. And it felt like something new as well, like I was saying, because of the fact that I feel like it was a lineup that was put together that hadn't probably been thought of in that way. And then until you see it together, you're just like, oh, yeah, this works, man. And you're getting all the like-minded people in the crowd as well that it works with. And it is such a mixture of people as well. Bruv, people were like smudging and all that. People were burning the sage and, Palo Santo and all that. And it's just like, right, this is nice, man. This is like... Jeez, yeah. So
do a bit more of that at hip hop shows.
Yeah. Yeah, more of that and just more of that sort of energy, like the conversations that were being had.
Yeah.
So on the lineup, shout out to DJ Snuff. He held it down. Jazz T couldn't make it, so DJ Snuff was putting in the work. Peaches, shout out to Peaches, man. She gave me a joke as well. She's a like proper comedian, man. She handled the hosting, and then performance-wise, you had Prospects. Was it Lebs and Apps from they're from, I think they're from Portsmouth. I'm not, it might be wrong on that, but yeah, they two spitters, two young guys that are just killing it, like in terms of the way they rhyme and the concepts and whatnot. Yeah, look out for them, Prospects, man, because they're doing really well. UKHH.com actually has a lot of their videos as well. So you had Prospects. And then you had the Revogue Records crew. So shout out to Big Toast, Strange Neighbor, big up to, of course, G-Bag, Ollie Suds and the crew. And they killed it as well. I missed their show, actually. When I got there, it was Kashmir that had gone on. So Kashmir was next. And he killed it. And and this is the thing, man. It's like they've got their style. It's like you hear Kashmir, Bad Bones was up next. And then to top it off, so Bad Bones was promoting the same album we were speaking about as well, the Lead by Example. And he come on and just killed it. And then Phoenix the Icefire come on. And he was promoting the Panacea album. And a crazy set, man, like 6 set. The crowd were going wild as well. And so it was just full on all the way, you know what I mean? In terms of just seeing the event and like how people were absorbing it and that. It felt like, this is... And
I see what you mean, though. They've all got sort of unorthodox styles. That's what it is.
Yeah. And so... And
that's Theo, though, as well. Theo's Theo's got an orthodox taste.
Mm.
You know.
You're right about
Theo's
that.
Theo's
Yeah,
ahead, but
yeah.
he's got a very unorthodox.
It can be left. And
taste.
shout out to Ill Breed
Good to have a club.
Coalition. It was good to see the Ill Breed crew out there, Greenback and all that. Like, you know, bringing back memories, man. Just seeing so many people as well. So yeah, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about it as well. There was and so this is like in all my time, like being in the scene, yeah, bare different events, this, that, left, right, center, and it's like this is the first time where I've had so many conversations in one night about either mushrooms, ayahuasca, or you know, some. I was just like, right, why does this keep coming up all of a sudden? Everyone I'm chatting to, and then I looked at, and like you just said, I looked at the lineup and I was like, of course, it's good. Like these guys are out there, and the people that will be into them don't mind experimenting and stepping into other dimensions, other realms.
Yeah.
You know, finding their inner self. They're cool with the smell of Palo Santo. You know what I mean? Dancing through the air while they're listening. So I was like, right, this is different. This is new, man. This ain't what's happened before. Do you know what I mean? So I found it really exciting, man.
Yeah.
And because of that, man, I wanted to chat to our guest tonight. Because, man,
You do you wanna, let's
you know what I mean?
let's bring him in.
This guy, look at that, man. Look at the background alone. You know what I mean? Man's glowing out there. You know, well, like I'm saying, the conversations that I was having were just making me think like, yo, this ain't normal. Like, I can't even speak as freely as I would now. You know what I mean? There were random people. Like, I'm like, yo, this ain't. It's different now. It's different, but it feels obviously at home. You're at home with it. But I was like, yo, this is the energy we want. It's weird. Like, I feel like these times have even brought more like-minded people together in a way, because we're all like, yo, no, I ain't falling for no bullshit. You know what I mean? And man, this guy here, he must be the reason why these conversations were coming up, because he's basically, in my opinion, this is like the UK scene in terms of hip hop. This is our shaman right here. Yeah, this is our shaman. He's qualified. Yo, people, let me see some fire emojis for the Phoenix. Welcome in, Phoenix the Icefire.
Yes.
The album.
Love and blessings. Love and blessings.
Welcome, man. Welcome.
We gotta get into some conversations, because this guy, see it there already. Chat room, look at Kenny Rebel. I see charge pic of a guy caught with some magic mushrooms.
Merlin.
He looked happy as F. That's right. You're damn right about that, man. These things take you into another dimension, into another world. And then when you come back, things just make sense all of a sudden. You know what I mean? And it's obviously what it means to you. But yo, Phoenix the Icefire, how you feeling, brother?
You know what? It's quite, you know what? So much to say. Where do we want to start, man? Where do we want to start? I'm just feeling people's energy and people's spirit and what everyone's going through right now. And this is an unprecedented time, man. A time of many alignments and a time of great shifts and change. So it's like, I'm feeling that. So where you want to go with it?
I mean, well, let's start with the event, because I feel like that you know, you've had a moment there where, you know, like you're saying about a shift. I think it's kind of, it has like shown that there's a shift in consciousness, and there are people now that are sort of, you know, magnetizing towards each other. And I think your event, you know, in my opinion, you know, it kind of is part of that in a way, in terms of our scene, in terms of over here.
Yeah.
You've already been, you know, involved in sort of that world in terms of understanding things, you know, what I'm saying. Your mind is open. So
yeah, most def.
It's not that hard for you to rap about those sort of things as well. And I think from what I was hearing on that night, he was definitely bringing it. Like, you know, people were hearing it and like, blah, blah. You know, there's a lot of noise being made. The crowd were going crazy. So, like, let's start off with the album, and then obviously the idea behind, you know, doing this launch party. So, Panacea.
Well, you know what's quite deep about that? me and Husky Brown, we made that in 2019. And doing the work that I've been doing, this was before I had many shifts and upgrades to be able to fully hold space for myself competently. I was given a message. I was given a well-rounded message of what was going to take place. And I literally just put that into the album. I put that into the album. So, you know, even the track listing, if you look at it, yeah, it starts with Shake Things Up. Then it goes into Judgment Day, yeah? Because I was shown that everything's going to get shaken up. We're in a time of judgment right now. And the sins of the world, yeah, people are going to have to pay for that. What you plant, whatever seed of intention you plant, you're going to reap, whether it's good or bad. That's what's going to happen right now. Like even the cover is psychedelic. If you look at it, it's actually the album as well. You have on the left side, you have the old world, the world that we live in today, which is like very broken, very twisted, and very disengaged with reality. When I mean reality, I mean nature. And then on the other side, you see the flip side. So we start with Shake Things Up, and then we end with Love for Free. We start with the shake up, and we end with the love. That's what I was shown is going to happen. And everything that's taking place is necessary.
Yeah.
So I reflected that in the album. And the following year, when this COVID thing happened, like bearing in mind, panacea means cure for all ills. Man was bringing the cure, bro. That whole vibe that we felt that night, that's what I was trying to bring.
Wow.
As soon as I tried to bring the cure, bow.
That's
madness.
Deep. That's deep, man.
Madness. And it was delayed. And I said, you know what? The healing has to come. If you hear the album, yeah, it starts with it's time for a healing in a way that you have never like felt before. Like I'm bringing the healing, and that is the shift that we need to make. Now, in order to even make this album, I had to heal myself. I had to go through levels of purification and healing. And then I looked around and I realized that everyone is talking from a broken, unprocessed trauma. That's why the music sounds the same. That's why you hear a certain man, you hear one album, and then you know what he's going to come with for the rest of his career, because it's like, man, just get better at describing man's pain and trauma in more detail, with more skill. But until you have a shift inside, your music won't shift, your art won't shift, and your life won't shift. Like I already envisioned, it's funny because I already envisioned my launch party 2 years ago with people burning sage and Palo Santo and that vibe. When I got there, what was there? I didn't even ask for it. What was there? Palo Santo, singing bowls, and sage.
Singing bowls, bro. There's people with singing bowls that
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is sick. It's like you only see that shit in the festival or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, so to see it at a hip hop gig, you know, in Brixton.
And even the festival stuff, it was only like the last couple of years.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like you wouldn't get that at a lot of rap shows at festivals.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Yamar, shout out to DJ Lock in the building. You lot know exactly what's going on. Psychedelic Scientists, the path to enlightenment, indeed.
Love.
Yo, big up to Phoenix, man. Yeah, you're getting love there, bruv. Definitely, man. So let's talk about it, man. So right, that was the idea behind the album. And then, so how long did it take to put it together? And like, you know, how did you know, okay, this is going to make sense? Like, people are going to get this. Like, what was the force that was, you know, telling you that?
Well, I'll tell you something freaky, yeah? Since we're on the show talking about shit you might not know or know nothing about, and we're out there, yeah, and I got full permission to do that, yeah? It's what I wanted to do from the start. And what some people might not know is I've been wanting to do that from the beginning. And that is what I've been doing with all of my music. If you hear Baptism Under Fire, it's a collection of sounds and feeling and alchemy and one thing. You listen to any one of these tracks individually, you'd think, how the fuck does that go with that and go with that and go with that? It's the same thing I've been trying to do from when I started. And linking up with Husky Brown, it was mad how I even met up with Husky Brown. I met him online, and it's only because of Cure Up why I met him.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was a spiritual thing still. It was bad still, but it's like when I met him and I heard his music, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I've been trying to do this whole damn time. It's perfect.
That's beautiful.
I had at the time, I had gone from working 9 to 5, being a civil servant, leaving that, just doing some Thames Water job, leaving that. And do you remember there was a period of time I was on the road selling my CDs? I'm not sure if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You just go on my timeline, you would just see.
Yeah, I remember.
You would just see man like posing with different people. I had to come out of myself. I had to believe in myself every moment of the day, or I wasn't even gonna make no sale. You know, you can't come up to no one saying, "Do you want to buy a hip hop CD?" looking like a homeless bum, yeah, and not be confident. So I learned a lot. It was a process of making that album and coming to where I am right now. I had to believe in myself every moment of the day. I treated my music like my hobby, and it got hobby energy. And it was like, no, you need to go and do this. It needs to not get hobby energy. It needs to be, I'm trying to win energy, and you need to fully believe in yourself. Yeah. So it's like, I went through all of that, met Husky Brown. I was like, yeah, all of those beats individually, yeah, that's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. That album is really just my advice that I give to people. I'm talking about relationship advice on the Seasons of You track. I'm talking about possession and trauma. That's traveling buddy. Yeah, that's what I mean by traveling buddy. Yeah, is possession. Yeah. And then life is magic. That's what I tell people. Don't doubt yourself. I did a track called Don't Doubt Yourself with Reese Jackson. That's what I tell people. That's what I told myself. So I put my medicine into the music. I put my medicine into the music, but I had to pull that out of myself.
What was the process of doing that then? Like in terms of you having to, if you could enlighten people on how you made that transition.
Well, yeah, it was a mad one still, because it's like growing up in the hood. It was like growing up in Deptford, Blue Borough. Shout out to the Blue Borough massive.
Yeah.
It was like being in that area and growing up around certain man them and just the whole environment. I felt like I had to be ready to kill people if I needed to. You know, man them were booting off people's doors. I had someone pull a scrap on me. I was this close to doing the unthinkable. Thank God, literally, for saving me, because that wasn't my portion. But it's like I had to become a very I had to think evil. Well, I felt that I had to think evil. I didn't realize that I made a contract. See, when you're vibrating on a low frequency, I'll liken it to a house so we can understand, yeah? You've messed up your house. You've had a bad day. You've completely wrecked your inner temple. You've completely wrecked the house. The door's flung wide open. And you say to yourself, in those moments, you say to yourself, I don't want to care anymore. I don't want to see anyone. I want to be willing or ready or strong enough to kill or hurt someone and be mean if I have to. And guess what? Something will come in. Something will come in, be like, this is exactly how I like it. This is perfect. It will sit down with you, and when you try to tidy up, they'll be like, no. How you left it, how you called me in, that was perfect. None of that. So you'll find that when people try and move upwards, they always go back to a default position. Yeah, that's because you know, the contracts that you made in those moments, they like it just like that. So it got to a point where I was dealing with serious possession, man. I was hearing evil voices. Like, I'm trying to be blessed, and it's like, yeah, dude, do that person, do that. And I'm trying to battle in my mind whole fucking time. It got so much. And thank God someone came to me. Like, I had a mutual friend, and he's gone. He actually used to work for Manhood Academy. He's gone to me, yeah, man, we're doing this ayahuasca thing, whatever. And I was like, yeah, it sounds cool. It sounds cool. Yeah, whatever. It's like, yeah, you want to do it? I said, yeah, whatever. Just put me down for it, innit? Put me down for it.
Whatever. Oh, you didn't really know what?
I didn't know. You know what I mean? He said, oh, it'll help. I'm like, all right, whatever. So he's called me up. On the day, I was like, I don't want to do this, man. This is long. It's boring, long, whatever. I'm tired. It's just long. Calls me up. He goes, yeah, Wagwan King, where you at? I said, bro, I'm not going anywhere, man. I'm just going to chill tonight. And he's gone, why? What's the problem? I said, I'm just tired. He said, listen, how long would it take you to get here? I said, about 45 minutes. He goes, all right, King, I'll see you in a bit. Put down the phone. I was like, this motherfucker. Yeah. I said, you know what? I'm going to go to this thing. It's going to be a bunch of bullshit. I'll tell him it's a bunch of crap. And then he can't chat to me about it. I'm going to go there to prove him wrong. First time I did it, I wanted to be a shaman. And I was like, everyone needs this. I was like, everyone fucking needs this.
That's hilarious, man.
It's true.
What was your experience? What, like, okay, it's hard to explain that, but...
No, I can explain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bro, I came face to face with the thing that was possessing me, and I realized I had been drawing this thing since I had made that contract. I used to just scribble and draw this thing. I'm like, rotted. When it left me, I couldn't explain it. My body felt lighter. You know, like I didn't even realize I was holding shopping bags, to the point where I thought the shopping bags were attached to my hand. It was like, you just drop all this weight and you're like, what the hell? That is freaky. What is, like, I feel empty. I feel light. I was like, a lot of people don't know what they're going through right now. And they got no one to chat to, no one to freaking help them. And they're having a silent war within their own minds, and they're being abused. People need help. So, yeah, I put all of that in my music, man. I was like, the people them need the healing. People them are talking. When I hear certain people's music, bro, all I hear is that man is suffering. Behind all of those multiples and syllables and all of man are saying that man are depressed, man are hearing voices, and man is suffering, and man don't want to be there. And then the nice chorus kicks in. I'm like, ain't no one heard that person fucking crying out.
Wow.
That's what I hear now.
That's deep, man. That is deep. Yo, what we got there? So, DJ Lock saying, this is deep stuff. I can feel this for real. Kenny Rebel asks, so he's asking about the ayahuasca. Isn't that what the American Indians use? And Yamar said, see, your friend knew exactly what medicine you needed right there.
He did.
You know what I mean? And like, as I'm experienced in that world as well, I've got to say it's definitely, I don't think, you know, I think you have to prepare yourself if you're worried and scared and whatnot, but I think everybody can do it. And once you do, it does really change you. You come out the other side a new, fresh person. Like I say to people, it's like, you know, remember more from Tony Hart, you know, the plasticine dude.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like Mama Ayahuasca just comes, squashes you flat, and then just rebuilds you, you know, as a stronger person. And after you come out of that, especially if you get that ego death where it's just like, oh, I think I'm going to die, I think I'm going to die. And then the next morning you're just like, oh my days. Yo,
life is magic.
Yeah, I get it now. You know, you get everything. So, you know,
life is magic.
It's definitely about preparing yourself for it. I think it is important because I think you're quite lucky that it was meant to happen because, like you're saying, you were like, I'm gonna go there and be like, whatever, man. And did you drank it and you're still like, this ain't gonna work?
It was just, you know what, when I got in there, like, it's funny because from when I was 13, from when I was 13 and my dad died, and I got into Nawapu, right knowledge, Dr. Malachi York.
Yeah.
Dr. Malachi York, man. Fucking, it got to the point where, like, I said to myself, I want to do something spiritual every year. So that New Year's Day, I decided to burn some candles, burn some incense, play the Om chant, and just meditate to that from 11:30 to 12:30. And I was like, I'm not going to participate in the foolishness out there. I was always reaching for something spiritual. Following year, I did that with my mom and my brothers. And then the following year, I did that with my friends. Following year, I did that with my friends and my family. And I had like everyone sitting all around in my mom's house, and we're doing the Om chant to from 11:30 to 12:30, because it was like, it just felt like I was supposed to do this. I've always been calling for this, and I didn't even realize I was calling for this until I looked back and was like, raw, I was holding space from when I was 13.
Wow, that's nuts, man. That is nuts. It's true, So what? So you're a shaman. Like what? From what I was told, what you need to do to become a shaman. Did you do? You've gone through all of that. Like the ayahuasca. Yeah. Like,
I tell you something very, very interesting about that.
Yeah.
First, I came as a participant for a good few years after, because obviously some people are gassed in it. Yeah. I've been there where someone takes their first drink and they're like, yes, I want to be a shaman. I want to be like you. And it's like, bruv, we'll see, innit, how you feel. When we get further down the lane, we'll see if you're still about it. So I went from being a participant to being an assistant until the point where I was like, yeah, I really want to do that. And they were watching me for years, like, just to see, if they ask spirit, they do their divination, and they ask if they should be training me. So when they started training me, it wasn't even that long. I think it was like one session they started training me. And then the following session, Mama Ayahuasca just started using me. I used to resist. It got to a point after my healing that my body would shake and my mouth would want to move. And I was like, what the hell is happening? And I cover myself and I'd be like, I don't know what my mouth is going to say. I don't know what my body wants to do. Let me just shut that down. Until when she said, okay, the two shamans were like, okay, we're going to train them. I said, you know what? Let me just stop resisting. Let me let whatever's going to happen. And then I just got channeled through. I got cleaned out. That's why I became vegan for 1.5 years. I couldn't eat meat or anything. I'd try and eat it. My body was just spinning out.
No. She don't want none of that. She don't want nothing greasy. No, it's not too much salt, not too much sugar. Nah. She don't want none of that around. So for people who don't know, what I was talking about is, like, basically you have to do ayahuasca like a number of times. I think depending on who your master is, it can be anything from 60 to 100 times. And then only after then can they say to you, all right, you're ready. So, and that's levels, man. Like I'm saying, this stuff, but a lot of people are scared to do it because you're told about obviously you feel like you're going to die and all your dark nightmares and everything comes up. And it's not necessarily like that. Obviously, everybody is going to be different for everybody, but it's not the sense of, like, you'll still understand that you're going through this, it's like a phase. You're going through this motion. It's not like a thing where you're going to be like, oh, does it, it's not going to be like virtual reality type thing, So people shouldn't be worried on that in that aspect. And I think the important thing is as well, you can speak on this, is the fact that you got to open your heart to it. You've got to be open to it, you got to be ready and put trust in it, you know.
Yeah, because you know what? The actual ultimate truth is, like, you know, you can suffer as the drop of water, yeah? Or you could just acknowledge that you are the ocean.
Jeez.
We suffer a lot in our own, you know, thinking we're by ourselves. You know what? There was this, I'm not going to bait this person up, but they put this picture up, and they were standing far away, and they were like, I don't need nobody, with their arms crossed. And I said, what about the person that took that picture? You needed somebody, innit? You think that it's just you that is just keeping you alive and keeping you blessed here. The second that you humble yourself to understanding that it is just not you yourself, that is the reason why you're cool, and you let go of trying to control everything, then it's like the grains of sand in your hand. You just relax your hand. It will just sit in your hand. It won't even move. There's no struggle or movement, like trying to grip hold of the thing. Yeah, but what if I lose all of these grains of sand and I'll start losing? So if you just rest your hand, the thing will just sit in there. So the second you become sane is the second they can chat to you. The second you can just, you can receive assistance and help from the heavenly divine. The second you just stop resisting, because you can't pour water in a full cup. You know what I mean? You got to be brave enough to empty that out. Empty that out, or widen your basket. We're in like a shopping mall. You know what I mean? We're in a shopping mall. So many different things you can experience here. Keep your shopping basket, you know, a bit empty enough. You know, some of these things you carrying in there might be out of date. You know, you might need to empty it out a bit and leave some room for something new. You know what I mean? But it's like, the further you go away from the frequency of nature, the sicker you become mentally, in your heart, in your stomach, and in your spirit. You will become sick. The further away you go, the more sicker you will become. So a lot of people are unwell and they don't realize they are unwell.
What do you think is the main factor like that takes people away from nature like that? Because it is kind of weird, like how many people now you see and it's just like, right, it's like you're a robot. You're like, there's nothing there. There's barely any emotion.
It's like we you know what, yeah. you could say the same. You could say this is breathing in more important than breathing out. Both of them are necessary. And in between those two things, they give birth to the existence that you have. You breathe in, breathe out. Both of those are needed. So there is going to be a time of deep interconnectedness, you know, as like the double helix going in and out. Deep interconnectedness, and then it's going to go out, and then it comes in and goes out and comes in. It's necessary. At the point when everyone is healed, yeah, we're not dealing with no traumas, we're not dealing with no nothing, and we're at zero again, yeah. At that point, we're gonna have generations and generations and generations of those healing centers will become temples, and then they will break down again, and then the healing centers will become temples again, and then they will break down again as we go from the negative to the positive, not good and bad, negative to the positive. Both charges are needed. So, you know, we're just in that time where it's like, all right, we've rolled around in the mud now, we've had our fun. We as one organism need to clean ourselves. So that's where we are right now.
Trying to clean each other's butt cheeks, boy. That's Hippo's been rolling around in the mud. Now it's time to clean up, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting time, man. How are you dealing with the beginning of all of this then? Obviously, having like that, you know, these premonitions, having the source already communicate these things are about to happen to you.
Funny enough, yeah, like I'll just share this. You know, I don't really give a damn. I just speak, to be honest. You want to hear, you want to hear. You don't, you don't. You know what I mean? For me, it's all about intention. I would have appreciated anyone who was talking the truth and understanding that when people are asking questions and people are vulnerable, you don't take the fucking piss and lie to people and try to freaking deceive people. So I think that's scum. What I'm saying resonates in here more than what I'm saying. If it resonates here, then, and I know I'm cool, then yeah, you get it. And this is for you. I asked about this COVID thing, very funnily enough. I was in the middle of a ceremony. This was the second time, no, not the second, I think like the third time that God was speaking to me, and he was trying to show me stuff about myself. And I just felt like, what? How was me talking to God? No, I need to stop this. My name right, I'm not cool, like allow it. Like I'm not worthy. I had a lot of kind of, I'm not worthiness going on. He's trying to show me something. And then I kind of just pulled back. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to feel like this. And then mother came. As she came, she just surrounded me with all of this love, you know what I mean? And was like, I'm sorry you feel like that. I was like, what's going on with this COVID thing, please? She goes, listen, these human beings have a small window to get it right. And then afterwards, she just went like that. Like she's just going to brush them. Something's going to happen to them. I was like, all right, cool. I've been getting bare messages, and not just myself. I'm in a circle of I keep people on my frequency around me, you know. I think when you're not in your tribe, that's when you can get you can think you're crazy. When you're around your tribe, and it's like, yo, bro, did you get that message? Yeah, I got that same message. What did you? Hey, bro, something mad happened today. I feel like it's trying to. Yep, I got that same message. They're telling me the same things. Those who have ears, let them hear. Those who have eyes, let them see. Certain things are going on right now. I'm talking to certain people, and it's not common. I'm like, they're like, yo, everyone ain't feeling what we're feeling, you know, bro. Yeah. I'm like, what, for real? I said, yeah, not everyone is feeling what's going on. Some people are just bugging out and they don't know what's happening. Some people are just oblivious. But there's certain ones here that are feeling everything, bro. Wait, just in those times, bro. Just in those fucking times. Can I fucking say it? Like, fucking hell, bro. We're here, innit? Like, we're here. Is spoken about in the Mayan calendar. If this conversation freaks you out, yeah, prepare yourself, because the world is you're gonna see some shit.
Nah, this the common senses, man. This chat room, they're ready for all this shit, man. They're even more woke than we are, bro.
I think we've got a chat. Our chat, and our general audience is similar to the Hoochanu thing. It's like everybody's a bit unorthodox. That's the thing, and that's what, you know. I think that like they're really feeling what you're saying, and you know, a lot of the stuff you're talking about does go through our chat. Every week, people are sort of, you know, so we've sort of found a group of people that are all starting to pick up on this same sort of vibe, really. That's what we're trying to just sort of link everything together ourselves and find as many people as we can that are sort of, like you say, that group of people that feel the synchronicities at the same time and think, yeah, that's what we're feeling as well.
Some of the people, you know what's funny enough, some of the people I did healing work on were in the show as well. Quite a few of them, I took them on their first journey.
Man, bro, I spoke to so many people, and it's like a good bunch, at least like 70% of the conversations that come up, like some form of either ayahuasca or mushrooms, or I was just like, right, this is cool, man. Like, there's not many people you can have the comment, oh, what was your journey like? Oh, you know, where did you do it? And all that sort of stuff. So it was really cool, man. Shout to Yamar, she's also a shaman. Jeez, shaman's in the building. Don Smith had asked, as a shaman, do you learn about different plants as well as that particular combination?
Yeah, I've worked with. I got, you know what? When I started doing ayahuasca, and it was like, right, you're gonna get training. It stopped being the shamans training me. It was Mother Aya training me to the point where, when she's using my body and she's teaching me how to exercise people and stuff, like, they weren't training me anymore. It was the being that was training me. Now, every time I take ayahuasca, she doesn't want me sitting down doing the rattle and channeling through the room. She just wants to use my body. So when I do Aya, it's just, I'm channeling. That's it. I sharpen my skills by working with plants like the magic mushrooms. Absolutely. That channel is quite open, so you can do different things with that one. Salvia, that one is good for like dream walking, astral projection and stuff like that. And I can give you, I haven't done a whole bunch. I've done it like about 5 times. Very disconcerting. Have you ever had salvia?
Nah, I ain't. I've seen the videos. I was like, nah, I don't need that. That's like salvia is kind of how I look at, what's the thing that ketamine. I'm just like, nah, I don't need to see that.
No, it's in between the sage and the mint plant.
What, salvia? It's in between sage and mint.
Yes, in between, in terms of its classification, in between the sage and the mint plant. And when you smoke it, you smoke it on the bong. So I'll tell you what I know about it. You smoke it on the bong, and you hit it 3 times, and on the 3rd time, you won't remember the 3rd time. You won't remember that you've done it. And you leave your body straight away, like you're gone. You're
Astral
not in
projection.
your body. If you don't have someone to kind of calm down your physical body, because it's like driving a car, and then all of a sudden you ain't turned off the engine or anything. You just got out the car while the thing's moving. If you ain't got someone to calm your physical body down while you go, your body's going to be bugging out, and it will look crazy. But you're somewhere else.
So what do you do? You hold them down?
No. It's energy. It's energy. You have to calm the body down with the energy. Stop holding them down.
Okay.
Because you know when you're taking medicine, it's like it's not a physical body exercise. It's an energy exercise. So if you got nasty intention, people will feel that nasty intention. If I've had people try to harm me while they're on medicine, not physically, but it's because I'm on the frequency of love. It just acts as a barrier. Love actually protects you when you do spiritual work, when you do shamanic work. You need to be on the frequency of love. Anyway, so salvia, what happens is when you go to bed, you shut your body down, turn it off. There's a moment where you're in between sleep and you're here. When you're not even feeling your body. And then all of a sudden there's this gravity that pulls you to the other side. When you take salvia, you're blasted straight all the way into that space. So then when it's like you go backwards. It's like your spirit goes backwards out of your body. And then when you come back in, you go forward, but you go forward like boop, middle ground, boop, in this react. So what happens is your soul gets used to knowing how to move. It's almost like, okay, so I can kind of move. And then you're able to astral project and dream walk. After working with this a little bit, I went to sleep next to my missus, and I went into her dream. I was like, babe, what are you doing here?
What the fuck?
I was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm standing here with you. And I said, if I'm here with you, where's my body? And I looked up and I saw it breathing. Following morning, I said, yo, babe, you was in my dream. She goes, yeah, you was in my dream and then you left. I was like,
wow, what the fuck?
All these plants, are just programs to augment your physical, energetic body and your mind. They're programs, upgrades, and it's like, that's what we're here. That's partly what we're here to do, is to grow. We're in this simulation. You've got all of these programs. They all do different things. And when you take them, they run the program. It's like, boop, 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 upgrade, boop, 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 upgrade. So, salvia is for astral projection, dream walking, things of that nature.
It's the videos, man. Them YouTube videos from years ago. The salvia, you're like, right, my man, jeez, man's all dribbling and that.
Yeah, it's because you're just looking at the physical body, innit? And that's why some people who are shook, they've come to me and said, can I sit in and watch your ceremony? I said, listen, like, when we're in there, we're not doing bodily things. If I'm doing, like, overtone singing and then that person's reacting and all of that, you're not going to understand the fuck is going on, because you're tuned in to Choice FM and I'm on Jazz FM. You're not hearing the same music. You're not even going to feel what is going on.
Yeah.
It's not going to give you any indication of what's actually going on. So you either jump in or you don't do it. But any human being afraid of plants, when your body is an earth suit, it's going to listen. The food that we eat, yeah, it's decomposed human beings, living organisms, human earth suits. If you're afraid to put earth matter in your earth suit, then you and your earth suit is out of his goddamn mind.
Jeez, earth suit, you know. Jeez,
earth suit.
That's deep, right?
It's an earth suit. Why are you afraid to put earth things in your earth suit? That's the fuel. You feel more comfortable down in Smirnoff and the fucking thing's poison and flammable, but you're afraid of a plant. You as a human being are not well. It's the truth.
That's deep, man. The earth suit, think about it, man. Why do they say ashes to ashes, dust to dust?
And then you're going to grow. It's just any human being demonizing any plant on the planet is not well. They are not well, man. They're not well. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. But, you know, like my thing is, if you've got an evil intention, I have like a trinity, yeah? If you're disrespectful, you're not receptive, and you're a liar, I can't fuck with you. But other than that, I would do my damned hardest, because I know you know not what you're doing. And that's why I have so much patience for people, because I'm like, it's not your fault.
Yeah, I've kind of learned that over the last year and a half, man, definitely. Like, I realized there are some people that they don't even understand how far gone they are in this whole matrix, you know? And so as much as it can be upsetting, or, you know, you get angry with people, at the same time, you got to realize, and like you said, you know, they don't know. And even, you know, so you can't blame them for acting or reacting the way they do, you know?
You know what I found out, yeah? After I did that medicine work, yeah, saw a difference in all of the children I was having before and after with all of my children.
Oh,
and I realized that, you know what, yeah? If I had known this before, I would have, it's like a hard drive, yeah? It's like all of these, you got zipped God files in there. You've got and you've got a whole bunch of other files that are open that are just fucked up, and it all needs tidying up. And what we do is we pick someone who's probably equally as fucked up, whatever, and then we download that onto a USB, and that's our children. And it's like, here you go, son. Here's my unprocessed trauma. Here's my generational shit I didn't deal with. Here's my insecurity that I struggle to deal with. Hence the reason why I'm with your mom. That's, you know, and you are a product of that. And it's like, then the baton is passed, and they have a whole bunch of shit. Well, you're just like your dad. You're just like your freaking your granddad. It's like, yeah, because it ain't dealt with. Someone needs to stop the thing. I would have cleaned up before I had all of my children.
Trauma, wow, the trauma, man, that's deep. So even the trauma carries through. It's not just looks. It's not just yeah.
We need to. I think this is my solution. Yeah, before any politics, before any kind of whatever people want to think. Yeah, human beings need to go for a healing center. Before we think about how we decide the fate of other human beings need to go for a healing center. Be put back to default settings, yeah? And then people can talk about, right, I'm going to decide this and this and this for you. I think before any politics, human beings need healing.
It's true, you know. Very, very true. That's like a major part, if anything, on why people make the decisions they do. And it's appalling that this then, you know, falls on a nation. It falls on a whole bunch of people that don't even know this person. All of a sudden, they're making all the decisions for them. And look, which country's happy? Name a country that's happy right now. You know what I mean? Or ever been, in a way. It's Madness, man. Shout to Psychedelic Scientist. He said, in the UK, shrooms grow in fields and they're Class A drugs. Weed is Class B. GHB/GBL date rape drugs are Class C, as apparently passing someone a spliff is more harmful than date rape drugs. Madness. That's the world we're in. Upside down, inside out. What kind of madness is that?
It's Monsters Inc. It's literally Monsters Inc. People feeding off sickness, you know, feeding off the sickness. They don't want to heal you. They want to give you a prescription. And that's the thing, you know. These people who we're turning to as healers in this day and time have no intention of actually healing you because it's bad business. You see, the thing is with the work I do, when I heal someone, they don't want to see me for a very long time.
Don't need to.
They're like, you know what? I'm really good now, Phoenix. Everything is fine. I check on them. Are you okay? How's everything? I'm amazing, Phoenix. I'm where you left me last time. That's not good business, but that's good service. That's good service. You know, as I say in Sins of Gaia, where you sweep the roads, burning bodies, and put them in urns. It makes no difference if you wore rags. It's not a concern. You know, It's about, you know, serving. We live in the same way. Don't waste your time here now stunting. How you serving the world if the rest have nothing? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about service. And if it isn't about, you're only there existing because what you're doing is making human beings' life a little bit better. That's what you are there for. If that's not your intention, then you're a shitty servant. You can't have a puffed up chest as a servant. A best servant is a virtuous servant. If you have no virtue, you're not a good servant. I'm sorry. Sorry. The people need to think about serving others 10,000 times forward before they serve themselves. It's like a chef. You don't plate up your freaking food first. You eat last. You feed the whole. My mom used to, you know, be a chef at a school. You know, she was a qualified chef. Everyone else get plate up first, and you have some food. Oh, they'll take a little bit and put for you, and then everyone. It's about the people, innit?
Imagine if everyone was like that, man. If everyone was like that, everyone was charitable, everyone was giving, everyone was forgiving, and imagine what the world would be like then. Compared to now, where it's like, my man's got this guy, she's, you know.
But we need everyone to succeed. That's the joke of it. We are living. It's only because someone believed in themselves and they pulled a freaking shop out of there while we can go to a corner shop. It's only that someone believed in themselves and they were feeling themselves and they made clothing that we can even wear clothes. We need people to be at their best because we live in a world of co-creators. We need everyone to shine. Like, absolutely, we depend on it.
You know, like it's like we take gratitude for us now. It comes in the form of currency, innit? It's like money is the thing that makes people happy, that I've done this service and you've paid me. But there was obviously a time when it was just like seeing the person happy for doing that. And oh yeah, and I do this, I make this, or I grow this, or whatever, and they might give you some of theirs and you're both happy. That was your payment right there. Whereas now, people are like, right, mama didn't even say thank you, you know. But he paid me, man, so it's all good. I'm going to carry on.
It's because you know, we worship the middleman now, when really we've forgotten that we can go direct to source. We don't need a pastor to connect us with God, really. We don't need, you know, anyone in the way stopping us from eating, because the food here grows for free. You know, the food, the shelter, water's free. Nobody should get in between you. You know what I mean? Quoting Panacea. Like, this place is a paradise. Literally is. You put one seed in the ground and you get fucking 10 million fruit come out of it. Why is there starving people when we can just plant fruit trees and vegetables? Like, it's human beings, shitty human beings, sick human beings who've got in the way, really, and making themselves suffer as well. They're suffering as well. They're not well. A bunch of unwell people deciding people's fate.
They can't be unwell, man. Like, I can't see, you know, if these chemtrails and all that are real, how the hell are they ducking them? Like, how are they getting out of the way of any pollution or, you know what I mean? GMOs, like, how do they... So they got to be sick, man. Your own family's going through that as well. It's crazy, bruv. Crazy, man.
But we're in the great awakening. Shift is coming. You know, hence the feeling you felt at the, hence the feeling you felt at the launch.
Yeah, definitely, man. That was a good feeling, bruv. I got to say, man. The idea behind the lineup. Who had that idea then, man?
It was just people who were just like, first and foremost, me and Ramson were actually working on an album called Poison to Medicine, funny enough.
Woo! That's funny, man. With people talking in the chat about medicine right there. You know what I mean? People know already the symptoms are the cure. You know?
Yeah, it was, they're just people. First and foremost, Prospects, they're on Defacer's record label, Brainscran. So yeah, we wanted to kind of show them love and bring them in, you know, as the youngers, bring them in, you know. So them, that was a good look, Cashmere, man. He was on Receptor Records. You remember you remember that? That's the first record label he was on. That's Hoochie New's business partner who signed Panacea. So yeah, Cashmere.
Nice.
And Revogue Records, they were the ones who recorded. It was Strange Neighbor who allowed me to record for free when I was brass at his studio. The whole album, didn't charge me a penny. It showed me love. So yeah, Revogue Records. I did Clash on the Floor with G-Bag, which I'm gonna bring back. So yeah, G-Bag, the whole freaking squad. So yeah, that's the lineup. It's just love. All of that lineup is just love. That's what that is.
That was a heavy lineup, bruv, man. It worked as well, man. I gotta say, you brought the right bunch of people together as well. The crowd going nuts, man. It was good to see. And you had your bro up there with you as well.
Oh, my brother, man. Oh my God, my brother. Shout out to Black Chronicle.
Yeah, man. Definitely hype, boy. Yeah, it was good to see, man. And I hope there's more of that as well, to be honest, because like I say, you know, we've missed it. We've missed going out anyway. And now there's a new energy, I feel, because we've had, like, you know, just under 2 years away from actually linking up, seeing people, you know, gigging, drinking, chatting shit. You know what I mean? Just the regular, just sit like you think, right, this is regular. You just take it like for granted in a way. It's brought a new energy towards it. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's important that there are people like yourself out there that are willing, you know, just showing like, yeah, I ain't afraid to go anywhere, man. Like, what are you lot talking about? Let's do this, you know? there are more and more people, I think, waking up to the fact that, yeah, there's no need to be afraid. So let's get into, what's he doing there? He's looking into the abyss. I wanted to get into, so some people might not know, but it's something people, you know, might not know nothing about, which is the comic books.
Keeps phase shifting.
Yeah, you're shifting, shape shifting.
You guys are losing me. You're losing me.
Yeah.
Come back.
The comic books. Yeah. Funny enough about the comic books, I own a comic book company called Sovereign Comics. And basically we've got two parts to our business. So we've got like the commercial comic books in which I've written over 50 comic books at the moment. Different arcs exploring shamanism, warriors that they don't really talk about anymore. I'm just giving praise to every culture's hero warrior archetype, from Shasta video warriors to sci-fi, alien, next dimension stuff. Just we got our own mythology, own universe. To education or edutainment, our sovereign academy. And what we're doing is we've partnered with some educators, some really powerful educators. One of them is a mathematician. He's a teacher's teacher. He was on the BBC. He had his own show called He's Mr. Numbervator, and we've taken his curriculum and we've turned it into comic books.
Wow.
So that's our thing. That's how we kind of edutain our we need to get into schools. We need to talk to these children. We need to give them a childhood. All of these companies, are just trying to take money from children. Their intention isn't right. They're not trying to help children. And what we're trying to do is make it fun for them. I remember when I was in school, it was freaking horrible. I didn't like school. I didn't really like school, Yeah. I want to make it fun. I want to make it a place where we speak to them about real things. So I'm even working with a group of barristers, the Met Police, Missing People, Unseen, which is the biggest anti-human trafficking organization in the UK. And we're tackling county lines. Someone else I'm working with, his name's Verrill McKenzie. Shout out to Verrill McKenzie. His brother was the one who was going around taking off all the knives off of the children, and he was on TV for that. So he deals with homelessness.
Oh, yeah. The guy that he'd been stabbed up a few times himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that, man. That's like, that levels, man. Are you working with that guy?
Yeah. So I'm working with his uncle on the County Lines project with the police and all of that. And I'm going to be working with his nephew on teaching people about homelessness. So building up our social science curriculum, which is really like just the medicine to the poison, really, making people a bit more aware, socially responsible, and just trying to just turn out good humans. When they come out of school, I want them to know more about the world and be more empathetic, and give them solutions on how they can be part of the solution.
What? So for people, how do you get that across to the youngers in terms of like them understanding, the bigger picture? Because it often feels like there's that barrier, and you're like, okay, how do I get in and make them kind of understand that what I'm saying isn't just some, out there.
Well, I work with professionals. I work with people who are at the top of their game, really. And, it helps when they got good intention. So these people are genuinely heroes, and I've turned them into heroes within my Sovereign Academy. They know what they're talking about. And all we do is just help them to tell their story, really. I pull out a narrative, interesting, thought-provoking narrative out of their educational material. And then we just, we translate that again into visual imagery, and we make it fun.
Yeah. Make it fun.
Yeah, it's good. You're right. That's that level is where you need to start affecting people is as when they're young, because by the time they leave school, it's usually a little bit too late to start trying to come with any sort of message. The only thing that you're going to come with, the only thing that they're going to learn after that is from life experiences. But before then, you're very, you can inform with allegory a lot easier with children.
Yeah.
because it's easy. How many people got told, not to touch the fire and then didn't do it when they were children, as opposed to, just going and learning yourself not to touch the fire. Not many people just get burnt by fire and that's how they learn. You learn through stories and allegories and all this sort of stuff as children. So it's the best time to get in with lessons,
I kind of see it like this, because I don't know if you remember this, bro. Like I put up, I must have spoke about pedophilia like years ago on my Facebook. I put up one. There's this gruesome picture of this pedophile. I've got kids myself. I've got 4 kids. So obviously this is, very touchy, subject. You know what I mean? Especially if people out there have been abused. But there's this picture of this pedophile, and he's laying down, and he's got so many knives and sharp objects in his body. His eyes gouged out. There's no more space for any more knives and stuff like that. His body, like, he's fucked. And I said, you know what, yeah? I know that we're in a flooded house, but really what we need to do, and we can scoop out the water as much as we can, whatever, tap's still running. We can murder a whole bunch of pedophiles and whatever, but we really need to go to the tap and turn it off. And then we need to kind of deal with scooping out the water out of the house in a different way. So we go to the tap, we turn off the tap, and we stop this, because before those people were big scary pedophiles or on dirty smelly homeless people, they were children. They were children, and somewhere along the lines, someone has failed them. Somewhere along the lines, they have forgotten that there is love out there for them, and they've given up, and it's sad. I think the broken ones need healing, but we need to stop the tap. We need to go to the schools. Before they come out and become monsters, we need to go into the schools and do fucking something. It's not working what has been done. It's not working.
It's funny, isn't it?
We need to go there and fix that. That's where they are. They're in the melting pot over there. We need to go there. All of these healing technologies and whatever we got, whether it's meditation, whether it's sound therapy, whatever it is, we need to apply that over there in the schools where they are. While we're over there trying to run the rest of the world, we need the ones who are going to follow after. We need them sorted. That is the crown jewel. And, I look around and I'm like, ain't nobody seeing this. Ain't nobody seeing this. So I'm doing it. Me and my crew are doing it. Sovereign Comics are doing it. Teaching kids every Monday, 16, 10-year-old primary school children, teaching them graphic novel creation. And not just teaching them that, but teaching them about life. Teaching them that, there is value in what is in your mind. You can pull it out, hold it, and have value. You can create value out of your own mind. And that's just, I'm not looking to fuck about. Not with my music, not with my shamanic work, not with my education or anything. I am on full smoke, not having it.
I love that, boy. That's what I'm talking about, bruv. That's initiative. That's initiative right there, man. You're doing some really good things, bruv. It's really, it's refreshing to hear as well that it's something different like that as well in terms of the comic books. As kids, come on, man, everyone was into comic books. Like, I say everyone, man, but, I was mad into comic books. Yeah, I remember just having a pile of them shits, there he's going through them, man. And so, and like we're saying about the allegories and stuff, to get into their minds. Look what Marvel has done, man. Do you know what I mean? Now we're finding out what Marvel and DC is really about. It's like, yo, they drew us in, boy. We're still in. We're like, fuck it, I'm still going to watch the movie. I just ain't going to look at the Baphomet too hard. I see a pentagram there. I'll just... Do you know what I mean? Mercury. It's like, yo, the symbolism is in there. And so, you know, we know for sure it's self-evident that shit works. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know, and so if it can be used in a way that's positive, that's like actually really gonna help your life. Do you know what I mean?
But that's true service, isn't it? What the fuck are you here for
real.
if you ain't trying to serve?
For real. That's true. That's true, man. That's so true, bro.
Like, on a real, like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, what you do? Like, literally, what you doing here? You want to sell a CD? That means you want to entertain people. You want to be a chef? That means you're trying to cook for people. Like, what? Like, you want to sell drugs? Well, you want to facilitate someone's fucking destruction, but it's a service nonetheless. Whatever you want here, you can get it. Whatever you want, you can get it, but it's service, innit? And you can either be a high servant or a low servant. You know, one man can't serve two masters, you know what I mean? You pick your choice, and, you know, just know you can go infinitely up and infinitely down, innit? What experience do you want, innit? But I'd rather be dancing to the instruments of existence and partying, playing with my gifts, than trying to freaking be scummy and sit on in the corner scheming and plotting on people dancing.
It's so true. Scheming and plotting people. Yeah, you know when you see them people out, man, and you're like, bruv, why are you screwing? What is up? Like, why are you tight? You come out to listen to music, you like this artist or whoever, you know, the DJ. It's like, bruv, just relax, man. Like, enjoy yourself. This is what life is. You're meant to enjoy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Enjoy yourself, man. You ain't got to be all tight. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Like, bruv, man ain't dancing, nothing. Yeah, just go to the bar. You got my drink still. Yeah, good. Yeah, like, fuck, you know.
Right. It's like even the hardest man, like, do you know what? Yeah, I had to say someone the other day because it's talking about love, yeah. And, you know, when I talk to my brothers, I talk to my sisters, you know, when I feel it, I say it. Do you know what I mean? I feel it, I say it. And it's funny, you know, the way that word affects people, you know. I'm like, so what? You would murder someone for me, but you wouldn't tell me you love me. You know what I mean? That's basically what you mean, isn't it? Like, it's basically what yeah, bruv, anyone touch you, man will murder them, you get me, bruv? Like, man, put them in the trunk and do that. Yeah, but you love me, innit? Yeah, you know, bruv, just say it. It's not gonna kill you, bro. I love you. Yeah, but man, you're no gay chick. What? So, love is just sex, yeah? Is that what you have in your mind? You love, man, innit, bruv? That's why it will anger you if someone put hands on me, innit? You love me, innit? You love, man, innit? Pay attention to how that feels, man. Might have a blockage in there. You might have a blockage in there. Man will be ready to murder someone for you before they say that they love you. Yeah, it's about love, you know, this whole damn thing. God wants us to become love, so he's testing me heavily. For my ancestors that once lived, but only you specially, you know what I mean?
Jeez.
Yeah, man, they want us to become love. Because you can't come home dirty and stinking. You know, you got to clean yourself up. As his children, you got to clean up. You know, if you try to go to your grandma's yard and you're stinking with some animal on a leash, they ain't letting you in. They say, hey, what are you doing? You are coming to the house and you have got these animal. You are walking with this animal and your clothes, it is stinking. And you want to walk on my white carpet. Hey, you best clean up before you come home. That's what time this is, bro. It's purification time.
Jeez.
Purification time. You know, we're in the sun cycle. And that's why people can't hide anymore, because we're not in darkness time. There are creatures that rule the day and creatures that rule the night. And, yo, we're in a different time right now. So no one's getting away with anything. You know, people used to do blood sacrifices. I know a couple Babalawo And it, you know, a couple of them have got messages, and it's like, yo, we can't be dealing with the blood anymore. You know, it's not actually working anymore. Like, we got to work with the water. It's a different time that we're in now.
Oh, for real? So they're working with the water now instead.
Yeah, some of them, but a large portion of them, they're not trying to work with that. And don't get it twisted. People like the Queen go down there to Nigeria to get certain sacrifices and stuff done. You know, don't think they ain't playing with certain things. You know.
Is it?
Yeah, this is what I'm hearing from my people, bro. They're like, yeah, they go down there, and they do the thing. They will demonize it, but they are fully indulging in these ancient mystical.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think the Queen is she's a druid anyway. There's pictures of her dressed as a druid years ago. So,
oh, is it?
Yeah, she's not. I don't think she's one to. Prince Charles is obviously into talking to plants and all sorts of healing stuff with plants, and you know. So yeah, they're not like
they're
afraid
not
of all that stuff. No,
they're not stupid, man.
No.
They've got all the stolen tablets and all the stolen everything, bro. They know what's really good. What's going on.
So they're on this. Yeah, makes sense, man.
Yeah, that's why you could kiddie fiddle and you won't get as much years as doing ayahuasca, which is a fucking plant. Comes from the fucking ground. That will be here after you're dead. And here, it's been here before you were born. You know? But you will be treated like a freaking, like the worst criminal in the world just for touching plants. Because they know. They don't want sane, healthy people because it's not profitable.
Yep. Someone mentioned that in the chat. I think it's a psychedelic. Yeah, man. That's very true. I think people know it now, man. Like, it's a business. Do you know what I mean? That's the bottom line. The whole thing is a business. And once you look at it like that, you realize the best way for the business to work is to make sure we're ill in some form or way. And the worst thing, because the world is upside down and inside out and back to front and whatever else you could throw in there, they're making you, they're going to tell you this shit is what's going to help you, when in the end, that's the same shit that's going to make you ill. So then they can go, okay, this shit's going to help you. And then that makes you ill. You know what I mean? There's a time that it comes and you're just forever in that, you're in that, you know, it's like a merry-go-round. You're just spinning. You know, you think you're getting better. You think, oh, things are good, but it just carries on and on, man. And the more that people learn that, like you're saying, man, I think the easier life becomes as well, because it is really simple, man. Life is really simple.
It is simple, bro. This is what I found out.
Yeah. You find out like, oh, right. But in order to make, you know, to mess us up, to keep us off of the frequency that we need to be on, they just make it complicated as a mother lover. Oh, I've got to do this.
But their time is up. But their time is up now.
Yeah, I found a picture for you.
Oh, for real? Oh, look at that. Is that the Queen?
Young Queen Elizabeth with the High Druid. That's when she's 20 years old, getting indicted into the, you know, whatever it was.
A druid looks high as
Queen
well.
Elizabeth, just prior to her coronation, getting led by a druidic high priestess in preparation for her enthronement ceremony. Yeah.
She looks high as well, isn't it, that priestess? Look at her. She got bags under her eyes, boy. What do they get up to, the druids then, man? They be out there with the Hollywood.
I could tell you, but I'd have to kill them.
Burning sage. What are they doing, man? Druids, what were they doing? You know what I mean? We get told this, that, and the third, but what were they really doing? I wonder. Like, for them to be...
all of these so-called witches and warlocks, obviously, I know good people, good shamans who hold space and do their thing, but I also know broken people who are very skilled, who use what they do for nefarious purposes. I don't fucking respect them, and I've been this close to fucking outing some of them and even slapping some of them up, you know what I mean? Or just outing them and just being like, yo, don't go to them. If you go to them, such and such is gonna happen. And they're not fucking cool. So you had good witches, good warlocks. Witch just means wise. You know, that was the Europeans, shamans. They were shamans, you know. And, you know, when it started to implode is when it started burning and killing their shamans. They were afraid, you know.
I mean, it started a long time before that. To me, it started when the Romans invaded Britain in 56 AD, and they hunted down the Druids, because the Druids were the scholars and the educators of Europe. So everybody used to come to Britain for scholarship. So they ran the universities. The Druids ran all the universities. Every country in Europe knew that you came to Britain to get your education, because the Druids were the ones who were the most educated. So Druids is just a people who knew the woods. You know, it means man who knows the oak or knows the trees or whatever it is. So probably just people who knew plants. They understood the properties of plants. They understood, you know, the laws, the basic laws of nature. And you would go to them and for advice and all this sort of thing. So
were they?
They're still around.
Were they just about like the land, or were they also about the stars and
everything?
About everything.
So you went to them for every law.
And would they have? So in a sense, would they have like the mystery knowledge, ancient mystery knowledge? Are they like not necessarily like the founders, but the people that kind of taught that? Because it seems like the Druids.
Depends where you think where you can trace. Some people trace their origins back into the Middle East, and some people trace their origins back into like the west of Ireland. So coming in from the sea.
Yeah, there's this whole thing about Chaldea possibly being like Ireland, right?
Yeah,
it's this whole.
Yeah,
but yeah, it
just depends where you think they originated. That's all it is. So if they came in from the sea, then they came from Ireland and went across Europe.
Yeah.
Or if they came from the Middle East, then they went, you know, via Egypt up through the Middle East into Europe. And
so they're like sort of like the shamans, the soothsayers.
But these were also lawgivers. Yeah, they were
high priests.
They kept laws. They passed. Everything was oral. There was no writing. They passed everything down through. You know, you had to study for years.
Yeah,
you had to become that as a child, and then you was brought up in the tradition. You know, so they passed all of the laws down. Everything was in freeze as well.
Starting to sound slightly Masonic here with the threes and passing laws down, and you know.
Yeah. Well, they must have got it from
somewhere. Wow, yeah, it's interesting, man. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and that it's funny because when you watch, even when you watch like whether it be documentaries, films, or anything that's like going back to those sort of ages where kings and queens, there'd always be like either the priest or the soothsayer or you know the shaman or you know any form of hierarchy. There'll be that guy that's more in touch with the spirit. Mercury, you know, Hermes is there, like speaking to the gods, and then coming, no, you should do it like this.
Yeah.
And there's got to have been a time when they were running the shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, like how the kings and queens are like, yo, everyone keeps blaming us when shit goes wrong. Hey, let's bring in the government so they can, you know, they can take it.
Merlin was the one who orchestrated King Arthur's birth. So he put together King Arthur's dad and King Arthur's mum because he wanted to join those bloodlines, and you know, so they're working behind the scenes to try and sort of bring like the future king into, you know, someone who could righteously rule.
Yeah,
that was what he was trying to do, was like settle the land and bring in somebody who he knew was going to be pure and righteous and all the rest of it. So yeah, I suppose in a way they are sort of like, you know, the sort of shaman's job or the druid's job or whatever is to try and sort of cultivate the land as well. So it's like you're like a gardener of, you know, like a gardener of civilization.
Yeah. The land.
So you plant stuff and you help it grow and you nurture it.
Deep,
you know,
man.
and you weed it. You've also, because like Shakespeare said, you've also got to not be afraid of like weeding the garden. So sometimes you're going to have to take things out that aren't suited to the garden. You know, so because you've got to keep the garden cultivated properly. You can't just let it grow over with weeds. You're going to have to pull the weeds up occasionally.
Boy, piecing it together right here, boy. And it's true, man. Your ma says Merlin equals master orchestrator. And think about that, man. You know, for you to really run this shit and no one's looking at you, no one's blaming you, make it look like someone else is doing it. And you make all the decisions. They're going to make sure that you're healthy, you're well, because they need your advice here and there. You know what I mean? Like, come sit down. You might have to sacrifice something to the gods.
Look, I don't like to use like fictional stuff, but Lord of the Rings, you've got Gandalf is also the one orchestrating the whole thing. Yeah. He knows that the little, what's the weird little troll guy who gets the ring, is obsessed with the gold. He knows that Gollum can't resist the ring, and that's the only way they're going to get it to throw it into the fire is to get Gollum to do it, because he's the only one who would be able to actually take it all the way into the fire. But you don't know that at the beginning, and at one point Frodo nearly kills Gollum. But Gollum's got a role that only Gandalf knows about, because Gandalf's been cultivating.
He's been orchestrating. Yeah. It. Jeez, boy.
Yeah,
it's deep, man. It's no wonder we have a prime minister. You know what I mean?
But who does the prime minister have as his?
But it's like the label. Yeah, of course. Like,
there's got to be one of these people there still.
I see it like the prime minister is there to front for the monarchy, and then the monarchy is there to front for the the religious side, the ecclesiastical side. You know what I mean? And that's what it seems like.
Yeah. You
know, when we see it playing out all of a sudden. In this awakening, as our brother Phoenix was saying, man, it is an awakening. There's quite a lot of people that still can't handle it. I'm surprised by now. It's like, bloody hell, mate. You know what I mean? Like, get up off the pillow, man. Yeah. Get up off the pillow. But it's it's obviously going to take time. Shout to IBMC's in the building. What's going on?
Much love to everyone tuned in, man. Much love.
Yeah, yes, Kenny Rebel says the Aborigines passed their history verbally, never written down. Very true.
Yeah, there's something about the word that's better than the written, There's just something about it.
It's true, man. Like
just internalizing it.
That's it. That's what it is. Yeah. Anyone can intellectualize something and read it and go, "Oh yeah, I read it." Throw it away. But if you have to remember it, you're right. Yeah,
it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, encodes differently.
Yeah, I prefer to record like that. I prefer to know it than read it. I feel like it's the same thing and not even realizing, I guess. But yeah, it's like there's more. You feel it more, and it's kind of coming from the soul a lot more than just like you're reading it and saying it out. Yeah, that's for me anyway. But yeah, man.
Yeah, see, that's the only time that we're actually really touching anything. When we're using our human body to touch things, we're not really touching anything. It's only because this is just the suit, This is like bubble wrap over the soul,
Yeah.
So it's like the only time when we're actually feeling things is when we're exchanging energy or using our energy. Like someone would say, "Yeah, man, I really respect you, MysDiggi. I really respect you, man. And it's an honor to be on this show." You feel it. That's when you're being touched, really. It's when you feel it. Or like when you say, just as you said, you was talking about like you prefer to like recite it. You want to know it because you feel it more.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, man. That's the way, boy. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Yo, so yeah, man. We got to, what else is there? We got to dive into. Okay, yeah, so the other plants, you spoke about salvia. Someone asked about ibogaine.
I was just about to say
Iboga. Iboga.
Yeah, Iboga's freaking deep, man. Iboga, that's the only one you can actually die on if you take too much.
Yeah, I heard about that, yeah. I've had it before, but
have you?
I didn't die, yeah.
I had I think I had 3.5 grams.
Yeah, I didn't have that much where I went too crazy. Like, I'm not sure in terms of gram and white. Maybe like 1.5 maybe. But it was
Bro,
like,
it was intense. Oh my.
yeah, it was crazy, but it wasn't intense. Like, mine was more on the level of like, I could control, you know, but I've heard that it can go. Where did you go with it? Can you remember?
Bro, I was working for Thames Water. I was the last 9 to 5 that I had that was given to me by someone else, like me working for someone else. There was a woman there. I was talking about ayahuasca and whatever. And I said, yeah, I work with these different plants. And this woman from Gabon, she goes, "Oh, you do these kind of things?" I said, "Yeah, I do this kind." She goes, "Oh, I've got Iboga," and I was looking for Iboga, and she goes, "Oh," I goes, "Oh, you got Iboga?" She goes, "Yeah, in my country, we just chew it. We just chew the bark. We just chew the stick, and we'll even be working, and we just have a little bit there, have a little bit, and if you really want to have an intense vision and you want to sort out certain things, you just take it." It wasn't like to them, it's just like the sane normal thing to do. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna trip out. Do you know what I mean? It's not that. Like, it's a way of life. And that's why you had different types of people on the planet, because they were working with the plants that were around at the time. So especially over generations, you're going to get certain type of people on a particular frequency. But yeah, when I took it, I was with Nisharon from Triple Darkness. Yeah, me and him have done a lot of work together. Took it, and it was like, all right, it's a masculine kind of energy thing. So let's play some drums, let's whatever. And as soon as we sat down, now we started seeing the same thing at the same time. This figure that kind of walked out of the room. I didn't even notice the being was in the room until it walked out of the room. And we just started seeing this boy just running with dreads, running across an open field. And it was like, he was almost superhuman. And then there was this foot that come out of these clouds, this giant foot coming out of the clouds. And the boy ran towards the foot, underneath the foot. And with all of that speed and momentum, he put his finger up. And he stopped the foot for a second. And he channeled love out of his body through his fingers. And then the giant kind of jumped back in fear. And it turned into this kind of statue-like thing and became frozen. But we were shown a very extreme version of love and fear. Love and fear, and how magical, like actually magical, love as a frequency can be. And what it can do to someone or something which is on the polar opposite of that. Because at that moment, that boy that was running was love. And even under the foot of the giant, he was still love. So what it did to the being who became scared, like, raw, just stop my foot, I was trying to crush you, it became fear. It froze in fear, and he stayed in love. So yeah, like it burst. That's what I saw. That was the visual. But really what happened, my heart chakra burst wide open. It was fucking intense. It was it was just coming out of me, bro. It's coming out of me. I understood. It's like that visual that I was shown and the resonance from that. Like, I understood what that was. Divine love. There's divine love and there's fear. It's not love and hate. It's divine love and there's fear. People will smash someone's face open or go on like they're hard because really they're scared.
Yeah, it's true. They're scared that someone will.
I don't need no one. You scared of opening your heart and getting hurt.
You're scared that people think you need someone when you say that. When you're saying that, innit? Wow, that's deep, man. So PLK asked, Ibogaine is a major reset back to default settings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say more so than ayahuasca, or they're different? It's a different thing altogether. Like,
well, ayahuasca, Mama ayahuasca is a feminine is like the entity behind that is the divine feminine. Behind Iboga, the entity behind that is the divine masculine.
Okay.
And really, I needed my divine feminine to be balanced out. So it worked for me. You know, that worked for me. I would try all of these plants. I've tried DMT, salvia, boga, magic mushrooms, San Pedro. I've done Cambo. Try all of these things. You're in the shopping mall, you know what I mean? Go and put some of them in your basket and just try it out. And, you know, you'll become your own doctor. You'll be able to say to people, oh, you're going through this, you need to do that. Oh, you're going through this right now, you know, it'll be perfect that. So I would try all of them. I would make sure when you do these things, setting the space and intention is the most important thing. The most important thing.
Setting the intention.
Yeah, setting the intention.
Shit, there was something I was gonna ask you about. I've forgotten. But Don Smithard asked, have you used or heard of the Torah?
No, I've never heard of the Torah. What is that?
Datura or Datura, Datura.
Perhaps it has another name.
You'll have to fill us in a bit more, Don Smithard.
Like Craig David, can you fill me in?
Yeah. Don't start singing it now. Shout to Barry Owen in the building. Shout to Irish, just landed. Big up, man. He was there at the event on Friday as well, man. It was jokes.
It
was jokes, boy.
Love.
Barry Owen says Pete and Bass and Smell It and Piff are going to be playing at Lost Horizon in Bristol tomorrow night. So if you're down in Bristol, head down there. Pete and Bass, man. That's the two old guys, in it, that do grime.
What?
Yeah. It's two old guys, the Cockney guys that do grime and that. It's hilarious, man. And Smell It and Piff. So shout out to them. That should be a good event, man. Lost Horizon are doing things, man. Phoenix got to get down there for sure, bruv. With that live set, you'll kill it.
I'm gonna be touring. Like, that is just the first match lit on the freaking haystack. Like, I'm not stopping. Like, the volume is getting turned up now. I'm just turning up the volume. You should hear my new album, bro. Hey, you two need to hear my new shit that I'm working on now. Is called The Shift. I think it's gonna be ready when it's time. When it's time, I think it will be received properly.
Nice.
When it's,
The Shift as well. Woo.
So Datura is Belladonna, according to PLK.
Belladonna?
Yeah, Belladonna.
What, is Belladonna the knockout stuff where you can't remember
and there's what he used to do in like the Tudor times or something. I think some kind of...
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
right.
old, old like plant.
It's some kind of plant. And what is it, like a kind of...
Not
I can
sure.
imagine it's probably like a...
Good 600 years ago they used to do it.
Like a heroin type thing or something.
What do you get from it? Because they're all programs in it. They all have different benefits in it. They all, like you'll eat the carrot. That's good keratin for your nails and your hair. And, they're all programs in it. What does that one do? Yeah,
we'll find out, man. He's going to do his investigations and find out for us. But yeah, IBMCs is saying don't do the Torah. It's bad. So, all right. Well, there you go. Some people... Obviously, like, I think different strokes for different folks when it comes to these things, but it sounds like it's some old school strain. Do you know what I mean? Belladonna is like, who calls that shit Belladonna, man? Did it come from Italy?
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's a Roman, it might have been a Roman thing.
Beautiful lady.
Yep, beautiful lady. That's probably what you see. You know what I mean? It sounds like it's a feminine, it's a divine feminine batch, you know what I mean? But I gotta hit that straight, boy. So think about, all right, what else did people use? It wasn't just plants as such that would take you
the,
to a psychedelic level? Like I've heard of cacao ceremonies.
Yeah.
Oh, cacao. I've never done a cacao ceremony, but I heard that's really good for the heart, like for opening your heart chakra is really good.
Yeah, I mean it's very it's high in iron, so good for the blood. So which would make sense as matcha ceremonies.
I've never done matcha.
Yeah, I mean, because matcha, I wonder what that's like because obviously it's just it's more of a caffeine kind of high, isn't it? But a natural caffeine.
Nutmeg, I heard that is psychedelic.
Serious nutmeg.
Yeah, nutmeg. Yeah.
What if you do it in like you have to do it in copious amounts or something?
Yeah, if you do like a large dose of it, you're gonna get high. I've never done it to the point where I'm not really an experimental person, but if you tell me that it's good, you tell me what it's for, then I might try it if my spirit is drawn to it. But I'm not someone who is just like trying to I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm not really a thrill seeker. But if you tell me that it's good, like I had the blue lotus plant November 11th, just before the show. I did the blue lotus plant, and I know that the pharaohs were buried with the blue lotus plant, and they used to work with it. It's psychedelic.
It's psychedelic. What do you burn it or you?
I drank it. A good friend of mine gave it to me.
Lotus plant.
Yeah, blue lotus plant. It's a dream herb, you know. The salvia is, I think, it's regarded as a dream herb as well. You know, changa. They use different dream herbs and stuff. That one's really good for making your dreams very vivid. Some people dream in black and white. Some people don't see color in their dreams, and some people's dreams are not vivid. This will make your dreams very vivid, almost like it's adding more pixels to the picture of in your third eye. Give you more pixels and make everything like very kind of like you're there. So the dreams I had that night, wow, I was like, oh my God, boy, like this is kind of trippy still. Didn't know what to expect, but yeah, it's very good for dreams.
Did you knew you were in the dream when you were dreaming then?
Yeah, like I knew I was in the dream, but I'm there and I'm like, no, this feels real. Like I'm as clear as day as I'm looking at you now. Like that's how it was in the dream, and people were talking to me.
Yeah.
Like proper talking they were saying certain things that only I know. They're just saying, ooh, da 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 da. I'm like, raw, why does it feel like I'm actually here though? Yeah, listen. The earth is here, man. Like with there's no way we can get bored here, man. Everything we fucking want is here. We don't need no PlayStation or any of that, man. We don't need any Nintendo Switch and all that. Like,
yeah, it's so true, man. People get I mean, I honestly feel like a lot of that stuff is there to take us away from these sort of things, you know, where we can discover a lot more about who we are and about the world by using, you know, the things that have been here way longer than we have. That probably, and we understand that they're alive too, so they probably have a lot more to say about what the fuck is going on here and how things work than we do. You know what I mean? They've made it work for this long. So
some of these youths have only seen women twerking, bro. They've never seen inside their own soul or even stopped for a second to look inside because they're running away from it.
Yeah.
Some of these kids are only seeing people sipping lean and their father beating on their mom. You know, even if, you know, you don't want to believe anything that people saying about these types of things, like things you're going to see is way better than what you see out here most times, you know what I mean? You're gonna it's a bit more interesting to some boring, dried up old people on the TV just telling you, get this money, stay in fear, just be a slave, just comply, just take this, you put yourself in a box and just, just basically die in it. Like the earth is, and the earth and reality, like reality, what we're actually living in, is more exciting than what is being projected on the TV. It pales in comparison. I think there'd be a lot less depression if we had people just even going into the forest, man, just eating healthy and communing spiritually with the earth, having empathy, building with others, not being afraid that someone's light is shining means you can't shine your light. Everyone shine your light, man. What the fuck? Let's bask in the light, innit?
It's true, man. Jeez, Phoenix dropping some gems, boy. Loving this, bruv, man. Loving this. Very good chat, man. Chat room are definitely feeling it as well, man. Oh, 4K love. Dreams. Man are talking about 4K dreams.
Yeah, 4K dreams. True, Blu-ray dreams, you know what I mean?
Irish said that, he says he's seen people boil up old socks in Morocco and stuff bread in the exhaust pipes, and the kids would take it out later and eat it. They were tripping. It's a shame, man. Escapism is real. So they're doing that just to get high. And think about, just to get high, just to get out there, and just think like, because even when I was in Peru, they were talking about like, some of the people, in the villages and that, they give their children, like they'll just like take a little, put their little finger, dip it in the ayahuasca and then give it to their children. They're like, right, what? They're like, nah, it helps. Like, they actually grow up, they're fine. And in some form of way, it helps them. Some of them give it to their pets. Do you know what I mean? Fix up. Okay. So I went to do it. I had three ceremonies, like 3 nights I did it, 2 in a row, 1 night off, and then another night. I had like this for years. I did it in 2018, and since probably about 2007, I always had like this funny thing going on with my left ear, like it was blocked. I always felt like it was more blocked than the other. Like as if you've been in the shower and then water's going in, or you're swimming or whatever. And so it always felt like that. And it's only till I went there, did that, cured it. After then, never had a problem with it. Like, just all this stuff came out. It was like, wow, what the hell? So, it's not just a medicine for your mind. It's also a medicine for your body. The idea of you purging, like, people get worried about, I don't really like puking up and I don't want to. Like, the stuff is puking up is stuff that's been sitting there for a long time that needs to go. Remember, these thoughts that go around in your mind, like what's happening in your brain, there are chemicals, there are things in your body that are attached to those thoughts, and in order for you to get rid of them on a spiritual level, mental level, you've also got to get rid of them on a physical level in some form of way, and that's how they're coming out. These people will, like, you'll puke up all that shit, and then people will read it. After they'll read it, and they'll see what kind of problems you had and this, that, and the third. We don't understand it, but it obviously works. So, and the other thing I'd say as well is it's like, a lot of people need help in certain ways, and they would go to a psychiatrist for this. But when you're using these type of plants, like this type of medicine, it's next level. There's no psychiatrist that could level you out in this amount of time, because they have to use words. They have to be linear with their words. They got to say this, and you got to listen, and then compute that and whatnot. This is all coming at you, whether you do 1 session, 2 sessions, or whatever. It's coming at you in a way like a much shorter space of time than they could ever do it, and you'll come out fresh. You'll come out new. And just understanding you, the people around you, everyone you've ever communicated with, it will all be in there, man, in some form of way, So, the main thing is not to be scared, man.
Yeah.
F the fear.
Well, it's like this, Try not emptying your rubbish in your house and try living in there. See how long you can do that for. Don't empty your rubbish and just keep it in there.
Powerful. Powerful, bruv.
You need cleaners to come in and help you with that. You need a bit of help. You know, when you're fed up of going through what you've been going through on your day-to-day, if you're not happy, do something. You know, you do the same thing, you get the same result. You do something different, you get a different result. Go on a journey. You know, life is a journey. You know, just say yes to new experiences and, you know, be receptive and just enjoy this fucking place, man. This earth is a living being, you know. It's not this rock that we're standing on. It's a living being. It's a divine being. And it has all of these things growing out of it. This is just what is growing out of it. What is the earth? If it has these things growing out of it, what is it?
It's mad, isn't it?
This is a rare opportunity to commune with a freaking super god, man. We're standing on a super fucking living being, bruv. Like, it's crazy.
That's amazing, man. When you break it down like that, it's just like, for real, the variety that we've got here just coming out of the land. You know what I mean? How we take it for granted, boy, by looking into these screens, looking in all these windows, but they're all just on one screen, taking you away from what is truth, what is reality. Beautiful, man. Yo, we should wrap it up, man, because I think, you know what I mean? We deep dive there enough for these mother lovers out there. They don't deserve no more. I'm joking, man. Shout out to all the common sensors, man. We appreciate you, mother lovers. Phoenix the Icefire, up in here, spreading that love, man. Showing us, you know, like, I really love the attitude as well, bruv, man. Like, it's needed. It's needed in the scene, man. People need to stop being afraid, man. Just be yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a new direction for UK rap.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Shout to your ma, Regantology, man. I keep saying Regantology, it's Regantology, man. Kenny Rebel. Shout to Uncle Barry O, Don Smithered, DJ Lock, IBMCs. Yeah, I'm missing out some people. Shout to DJ Bluefoot.
Oh shit, DJ Bluefoot.
Yeah,
wow,
man.
I ain't heard that name in years.
Blue holds down Twitch for us on his own. He's on Twitch on his own.
Shout to PLK. Yeah, Blue's holding it down for us, man. Shout to Irish, man. We appreciate you lot locking in, man. And of course, hey, hit some fire emojis. Shout to DJ Pork Scratchings. Hit some fire emojis, please, for our brother right here, man. Appreciate you passing through, man. Phoenix, the Icefire. Panacea is out right now. You mother lovers didn't come to the event, so you missed out, but you're going to see him on tour. Do not miss it, man, because the show is crazy as well. Yo, it's been a good chat, brother, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
If anyone,
very much. Good to meet you.
Yeah, man, sorry.
Thank you, man.
Anyone wants to hit him up as well to find out a bit more about, you know, doing a ceremony or whatever, you know how to hit him up, man. Phoenix the Icefire on Instagram. Appreciate you, mother lovers. Yo, bless.
Love and peace.
Love, bro,
Peace.
man. Bless, man. Appreciate you, bro. Yo, that was Phoenix the Icefire right there, boy. Jeez. I love it when we go in, D. It's good, man.
That was a deep one.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It's good, you know, chatting to like peers and start talking about stuff outside of just the hip hop world as well.
This is our crowds. This is their favorite topic. This sort of stuff.
Yeah, for real, you got that. I see the fire emojis.
A lot of mushrooms came up earlier on. Everyone's into all sorts of plants and things like that.
Shout to Turbo Tubalicious. I come see you soon, bruh. Yeah, man. All the shroomers out there. I ain't done it in a minute, man. You got me all feeling like, yeah, you might need to go out there. I think I got some Palo Santo somewhere. Not Palo Santo, San Pedro somewhere. I brought back from Peru. But I don't know if it's like
whether it's potent still.
Is it like, is it off now? I don't know if it's, you know what I mean?
How'd you
dry.
check?
It's dry. But yeah, it's probably still got sell by day. Hey, but yeah, that got me excited about it and reminiscing as well on going on them journeys, man. Jeez, it's intense, but yo, you do come out the other side just fresh and new. PLE, check PLK, boy. You know, getting deep out there. Yo, we're about to bounce, man. Appreciate you, mother lovers. We'll be back next week with some more of this right here. You know how we do in the bunker. Some shit you might not never know nothing about. My name is MysDiggi. That's my co-host, Dan DNA. And we're out, mother lovers.